Alrighty, so let's talk about some good fit stuff. I want to talk just for a minute about EWB, about the value of it and the ability that CCP has granted all of us to use the data from the game in order to create great websites like this. EWB I've been using since almost day one, and day one that it's been around. And over that time, they've done a whole bunch of different things, a couple revisions of it. And the more data that they're able to get, the better the site is able to be. I use it primarily for fits. And today, I couldn't remember, whether or not a venture could do an industrial Sino because it's been so long since I used one to do it. And I was able to look it up, and sure enough, yes, there are plenty of fits here for doing just that. And that's a really simple example. But then also, I recently bought a Titan, and I wanted to kind of get an idea of where to start on a fit. There's not very many fits here for Erebus, but it at least gives me an idea of where to begin and everything. And again, all of this is due to the data that CCP provides for the game to all of us, doesn't ask anything for it, and then allows EWB and other sites, and there is actually other stuff that I do with EWB as well. I use it a lot for the appraisal tool, and they've spawned off a couple of other sites as well, Eve Journal and Abyss Tracker. And I just want to say that the API connection, which is what it is, I think they call it easy, is one of the defining things about Eve that allows us to make websites like this. And many of the other games are lacking in this kind of data, and this is part of what makes the community and what makes sites like EWB so great. So it's my 2 cents. All right, so continuing on, I recorded that for EWB. They are doing a presentation, and they asked me for something like that. I hope it's what they wanted. I'm not 100% sure. So we'll continue on our journey here, and then I'm gonna get to my destination here, which is nice, almost there. And then I'm gonna see what things look like for getting my jump freighter. I'm not 100% sure what to expect. So my jump freighter is like 3 jumps away from the this system here, and I expect actually that it's heavily camped and that I'm not going to be able to get into it or out of it. I'm actually expecting that it is so camped that if I undock, that they're going to be capable of capturing my jump freighter. So it's hard to say, but I think that that's really the chances of me getting my stuff out of there easily is probably not very good. But I'm going to go look and see whether it's possible or not. Can you hire a Merc Corp to provide support? The problem is how much you'd have to pay them. If you're wanting to do like, you know, some sort of guidance or support for your jump freighter. It would, it'd be a problem. Somebody just got scammed. Nice thing is you can walk away from a freighter and, you know, then it'll still do fine. Why not the usual freighters? Because of what this character has. He's had this freighter for probably more than 10 years. Also what he's trained into. And I acknowledge it's not the right ship, not the right fit. Actually, it is the right fit, not the right ship. Just make 1,000 shuttle loads. There's shuttles in this. I'm transporting shuttles. Believe it or not, that's the main thing I'm actually transporting. Are we there yet? It's a freighter. Most definitely. This is faster than the Glante one. What, in alignment? By a couple seconds? Doesn't fly faster. It aligns a little bit faster. A few more jumps and I'll finally be there. Part of the thing is I'm transporting this ship down to a Mars space for use down there. It is a long trip. It's, you know, it's gotten especially long since Narja went to become part of Pochvan. You know, I wonder if what is that system that is one low-sec system that's in between Jita and Amar that people try and get through a lot, that they shouldn't be trying to go through? Abazon. Azabon, yeah. So I wonder if I were friends with the people in Azabon, if I could fly freighters through there. Like, what if I was blue to them? That would all of a sudden cut down the trip greatly. Or maybe even if I was blue to them, would that even be possible? They'd still be like, oh, dumbass, here's an easy freighter kill, you know? So what if he's blue? I bet there's lots of different groups. Might be. Just a thought. Thinking out of the box. The best thing is to find a high-sec to high-sec wormhole. But then you only get maybe one round trip through. High-sec to high-sec is very rare. I have enough vaults to go in there and just do the system myself. Yeah, I don't know. That system has been really violent lately. Like, really violent. Am I saying that there's no honor with gankers in Eve? Well, they're not gankers in Azabon or Abazon, or however you pronounce it. They're not gankers. There's no ganking. Ganking happens in high sec. That's not in high sec. So they're just killers? Yeah. Yeah, it's like scorpions. It's their nature to sting things, right? And your recommendations, new Eve players. Should I watch anything specific to get into the game? Do the tutorials? Yeah, so the new player experience at the beginning is the best. And that teaches you a lot of the basics. It also shows you different things that are available to you that you may not have known about. And Eve is so big that you can just do whatever you feel is good. You don't have to be shoehorned into, oh, I got to complete this quest to level up or whatever. It doesn't work that way. So Eve, you can do whatever you want. Sandbox. And so you get a little bit of a taste of everything there. I see some people recommending Eve University. That's also good, joining them as a corp. I understand it can take a little bit to get in there, but MetaMash says he's in Eve University and they're awesome. That's good. Alright, next system. That's where I dock up. And then start to figure out whether or not there's hostilities. An Athenor in here.
Drive active.
Here, I want to make sure that before I dock up, I want to make sure they have a core.
Drive active.
To do that, I get up to the station. If it gives me a tether, then they do have a core. If it doesn't give me a tether, they don't have a core. If they don't have a core,
welcome
then
to the Dragons. Cyberfish_CZ just followed.
It's not a good choice for any long-term parking. Because if the station gets blown up for some reason, then you end up with losing your stuff. Because it all just drops. And people loot it, pick it up. So somebody just hop into my ship and take off. I believe. Another one here. This time an avalanche. You think an avalanche is safe? It's not. Just because it has guns on it, you can't shoot all of them. Save yourself. But that Markee will get blown up too. Oh, damn. I think maybe it did. Or he went suspect. Did he loot it or something? Not sure. I was looking at the Markee, but maybe he looted something off of it. It went down really fast too. Alright, so I do have a tether. I can hear it. So we'll dock up here.
Accepted.
Yeah, you can target a ship to see its health and everything, but the problem is that you have to be close enough to do it. All right, so I am here, and I've got four jumps. Okay, I got a couple of stations here that have a lot of things in them. Now, what do I got for implants? I've got stuff that I do not want to get blown up going and checking this out. So I'm going to install a clone here. And then I'm going to jump to it. Right, so I don't have any augmentations in anymore. So if I die, then All right. Let's see if we can get in there. Or not.
Warp drive active. Warp drive active.
Oh, I shouldn't have flown straight to this. I should have bounced. I could totally get smart bombed right here. Landing on here. I wasn't thinking. Right. Okay, we're in High-Sec Island now.
Warp drive active.
What we're going to do is we're going to go get stuff out of asset safety. If we can.
Warp drive active.
Right, we're in High-Sec. This is High-Sec Island.
Warp drive active.
Right, 13.7. Well, we scan at 14.3. Yep.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Just making sure I don't see a ship capable of smart bombing.
Warp drive active.
Which, this one doesn't appear to be too bad. Oh, I should have not... Here, let's see what we see when we get here. If there's anybody sitting out front. No, nobody's sitting out front.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
I have two stations that went to asset safety here. And here they are here. So this one, oh gosh, there's some nice ships. Cost 321 million. Okay. Paying like 20% of their value. Here's some more nice ships. Oh man. 822 million. Okay. So I can't get into this one, I don't think. No. Right, we're just going to take shuttle over to the next one. I do want to get this stuff out of here. Most of it I care, whether or not this right here I probably don't care about, but the other ones are good ships. I'd love to get them out of here. So what I might do is just bring in a few scouts to get them out. So there's just nobody sitting here, so that's quite interesting. I kind of thought there'd be resistance there because it's an asset safety station. Be cloaked. Could be. AU. Whoa.
Warp drive active.
System is huge. It allows you to dock and tether. No one shows up till you're ready to undock? Probably.
Warp drive active.
Now this just looks like patience, and I get shit out of here. Now this one's going to be really costly for asset safety. Alrighty, so you have been living in Null, and the station that you were in disappears, gets unanchored, gets blown up, whatever. You lose access to it because you change to another alliance. What happens to your stuff? Well, if you don't contract it out and sell it to somebody else, then it's going to go into asset safety. You can select stuff to go to asset safety from your personal assets window. You just right click on a station and send everything to asset safety. And then it takes, I don't know, 20 days, something like that, and it will be at another station. This is from Null. Then when it comes from null, it'll go to a station like this. I'm in low sec. This is an NPC station. It's the closest NPC station to all of these here that that were in here, and that had stuff at. And like this one is enormous in the amount of stuff that I have here. This right here says 32 billion worth of stuff. It's more than that though, because there is, all of these are full of things and stuff as well. So, and I've got tons of ships here and everything. I don't even know where the ships show up. Oh, there they are. They're all fitted. This is going to be a bloodbath to my wallet. But what I do is, if I want to get all this stuff out of here, then I grab it and I can take just one thing. And so I can take just this and say, okay, I want just this. It's worth 422,000 according to this. And I move it over here and it says it's going to cost me 63,000 to get it out. It's like 20%. All right. There. I paid the money. I got it out. Now, if I want everything else, I'm going to hold my breath. Did I crash the server? Oh, 9.9 billion. Oh man, 9.9 billion to get all my stuff out. Well, I'm here to get it. I'm gonna pay it. Oh my god. So I hit the button. It all comes over. And so now that one is done. And I've got all the ships here. I've got my jump freighter here. I've got, what else have I got here? Do I have any other neat ships here? Well, I certainly have a lot of ships here. And, oh yeah, a couple paladins stuff. I got a carrier. Man. Yeah, so now... Okay, so if you, this is how it works. Now I've got to get all of the stuff out of here. I have 160 million cubic meters of stuff here. And so, now, if this is a good station to get stuff out of, you're really lucky if it is. I'm going to undock here and see if there's anybody waiting to kill me. Because a lot of times, these stations are heavily camped. They are just waiting for all those people who sent stuff to asset safety, and nope, there it is. It is a kick-out station, though, which means that very quickly you get out past the undock here. Actually, this one isn't so bad. Most of them are kick-out stations. It's like CCP knew that this is going to be something you want to get your shit out of, and they're like, no, let's make you as unsafe as possible. Anyway, this one's not so bad. There are a lot of them, though, that are totally camped and will totally get you at undock. So be prepared. Now, I have, that was the biggest one, and I have others. I'm here to get everything out. I don't know. I wonder... Is it gonna... it's gonna cost me for that? It's worth 113 ISK, it says. Yeah. You can delete items that you don't want, so you can take everything that you want. And let's say that I wanted to take everything out except for this, that this was worthless to me and I didn't want to pay to move it or whatnot.
To the dragons.
And...
Steel Rat 1 just followed.
And so, anyway, you could then take everything out that you want out, and then you can right-click on the asset thing here and trash it. I'm not going to trash this. This is not trash. This is 54.9 million worth of stuff, another 8 million. And even just a little bit of stuff. Oh yeah, like see, I only had that in a station. Now, oh goodness. Oh, here's a bunch of other stuff. Yep. Oh, that looks like a bunch of loot from PvP. And I might be getting to the point where I might have no shelf space left. Or 535 items. Okay, we're okay at the moment. Oh. All right. So some of this stuff is going to get left behind. As what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to end up sorting all of this stuff that's here into the lowest cubic meters per highest value. And and like these right here, these are huge for low value. So they'd be some of the last stuff. Or I do a fire sale at the end and be like 50% off because I don't want to transport the stuff. Oh, here's a ship. Oh, here's a bunch more ships. You know what? I have so many PvP ships that I could fight my way out of here if I needed to. They would just bring more ships to overwhelm me, I'm sure. But, you know. Just recycle the low value stuff? Maybe. But then you still have to carry the recycled materials out. But, yeah. Yeah, actually, gosh, but the recycled materials are so much larger in size. So, yeah. How much money have I even spent? Ooh, I had like 39 billion at the beginning and now I have 25. Whew. Yeah, I'm spending the money. I want to get all of it out, so there's no doubt about it. Now, because I had a whole bunch of characters in Horde, which is where these stations come from, I had a whole bunch of characters there, and so I may very well have my other ex-Horde characters having asset safety here. And so before I start transporting anything out real heavy, I'm going to want to log in those other characters and see if they have asset safety here as well. That way I can consolidate as much as possible and make the best use of my trips. So all right, got it all out. So I don't know how much stuff I've got at this station. It's way more than 5 billion worth. So if I paid, you know, 15 billion to get all the stuff out, then I'm at $75 billion is the value on all this stuff here. One of the nice things is that, I mean, actually, I don't know where I'm at, like whether or not I can get a Sino. Like, where am I at in relation to, say, Stain? And so if I set destination for there, it's quite a ways. And there's probably a bunch of Oh, yeah. So if I were to try and get down there, get my stuff down there, there's some SOV here to go through, which is going to make it a little bit difficult. So my capitals that I have in here, like this right here, I might just need to sell it. I don't know. Don't know. We'll have to see. It says 4.8 billion for it. Making a route to get it all the way back over to get it into Stain. No, it's 20% asset safety and from null, and it's like 3% or something like that if you asset safety to the same system. So this right here, the nice thing about it is it has, you know, a bunch of ship maintenance space where I can haul ships out. If I'd stayed in Horde, I could have saved myself a lot of trouble in ISK. Oh, yeah, well, it was time to go. So, I'm nothing against Horde. It was just time to go. So... Oh, 2 tiers of asset safety. The lower rate if you wait, the higher rate if you're impatient. Oh, well, I've always just waited for the automatic. I didn't know that there was another tier of asset safety.
Welcome.
Am I flying with now?
Dragons.
This character lives in
68
Stain now.
Just followed.
So, Nemo, thank you for the follow. Welcome. Yeah, so this is basically kind of, you know, what things look like now. So,
Welcome to the Dragons.
Tyr_Fairlow just followed.
I have a lot of stuff here. I'm looking for PvP ships.
Welcome to the Dragons.
Moneybelly just followed.
Money. Thank you for the follow. This right here is actually a PvP ship. Or is it this one? Or is it this one? Shit, all of a sudden I don't remember. I have 3 of them here. There is stuff inside many of the ship's cargo holds for sure. That kind of frigate can't go in there. Okay. That one can. All right. YOLO.
That's a spirit?
Hmm.
Warp drive active.
Mr. Moneybelly just found me here on Twitch. Been subbed to me forever on YouTube. Well, welcome.
Warp drive active.
Alright, this is High Sec Island. How much is this ship worth? 1.6 billion.
Warp drive active.
So it seems to be pretty quiet out here. Can't be guaranteed to be quiet all the time. This is actually, you know, the time I'm doing this is one of the worst times to actually do this. Middle of the week, in the mornings or whatever, it's probably some of the best time to do it.
Warp drive active.
Is he going to attack me? He lit a Sino. That's funny. Yep, he lit a Sino there. So if I run more stuff through here, I will have scouts. I'll know what the score is. That was my one freebie.
Warp drive active.
I'm back in high sec now. I'm good to go. They can't attack me. So this is PvP Paladin. It doesn't have a scram on it. It has only a web. It's meant to be used a little bit more in a group, but it can hold its own for quite a while. But it can't keep them from running. That other guy was probably hoping that I would engage with him, but I didn't. Probably unrelated to you, is probably moving his own jump freighter. Why would he do it right next to the gate? Because if he was moving a jump freighter and I saw that, I would totally want to attack it. Oh, a panther appeared? I didn't see it. So, yeah, so panther appeared. Yeah, no, panther bad. Panther's bad. So, yeah. So, yeah, well, that's why I just went through. I didn't stop and hesitate to give anybody any time to set up. I just went through. If there was somebody sitting on the gate, there was somebody that was just leaving an adventure, but I didn't worry about them too much because they were headed some other direction. But if there was anybody else sitting on the gate watching that I'd seen there, then I may have stopped and then docked. But yeah. So I made it. I am here. So there we go. No, the Venture didn't jump in. The Venture was already in there and jumping away. So, yeah. Yep. All right. Well, that was my one freebie. And I got a 1.6 billion ISK Paladin out. So, I'll probably get all the ships over here and then probably have to transport them with a bowhead or something. I don't know if I have a bowhead on this character or not. Let's see if I have one. I do not. I don't have one. So I'll have to see which. So this character, he does have, I think, is it Concord Assembly that they'll attack me? Yeah, Concord Assembly will attack me if I go through. And if I fly a freighter through their territory, there's a possibility I can get caught. So all the rest of the territories are fine, but Concord Assembly. And I forget where that is. I actually probably should have looked that up before I flew a freighter all the way down here. I didn't think about it. So, you know, that's how that is. All right. If you're watching on video, we'll see you in the next episode.